Well, good Tuesday afternoon, friends, and happy Halloween. Hope everybody's having a great day. And we're sitting here an hour and 23 minutes away from the end of the trading deadline. We're trying to keep up and see if there's going to be anything here for us Dallas Cowboy fans. And thus far, everything has been pretty quiet as expected. Jerry Jones, of course, is happy with the team that he has, unless something, breaks his way and somebody decides to give him a lot more than they're taking. He ain't gonna do jack. Regina Green, what's up, Regina? How are you doing? Lord Nova's in the house. Jeff Lee's in the house. Raisin Sack, Marley Greens. What's up, good people? I'm just kind of hanging out. I'm actually a little tired from. Did that drive up the road, picked up my brother, got back here, did a little bit of work, and now trying to keep up with everything that is going on in the NFL right now. At the moment, we have heard that New England is fielding calls for one Zeke Elliott. No idea if the Dallas Cowboys are one of those calls. We do know that Joshua Dobbs has been traded by the Cardinals to Minnesota. Don't know if he's going to be depth, but they're going to be definitely trying to coach him up and possibly could be the starter, not this week coming up, but the following week. Cooper Rush, of course, is trending as well. Jalen Johnson, cornerback from the Bears, they've been getting some calls about him. We don't know if the Cowboys are interested in that as well. So that's where we are at the moment. I don't expect the Cowboys to do anything. We, of course, get all of the rumors. All the rumors of the Cowboys, Cowboys should trade for this person, Cowboys should trade for that person. And, that would work if we were the Eagles, because they literally do trade and do all that stuff. Cowboys, they're a little scared when it comes to trades. They don't spend that money. They don't spend those draft picks and stuff on there. Chase Young to the 49ers, did that just break? I know they were, oh, man. Wow. Chase Young, let me double check. That one passed me by. That must have just come across. Is being traded to the 49ers. That just came across 3 minutes ago. Wow. Okay. So Washington is in full rebuild right now. Damn. That's first thing. Wow. So let me read exactly what Ian Rappaport just said. The rich get richer, or they're going to spend some more money trying to get richer. The San Francisco 49ers are trading for Chase Young. They already spent a lot of money on their defensive front. One of the problems you could say that the 49ers are having right now since the Cowboys is their defensive front. But Chase Young, wow. They have literally gotten rid of everybody. Montez Sweat, who's in the last year of his deal, they've traded to the Bears for a second round pick. I'm going to be interested to see what 49ers gave up to get Chase Young. Wow. So, yeah, the Commanders are definitely in a rebuild mode. I'm curious because, Chase Young was the number 2 pick overall. Now, he has been a bit of a disappointment after his Defensive Rookie of the Year award. The second year was terrible, which ended up in being the torn ACL and I think MCL. Literally, he ended up having to have surgery on both knees where they took basically some of his patella tendon to make a new ACL in there and had a long road to recover. Has been playing well this year. San Francisco is definitely all in. Wow. And so now we're hearing that the Commanders are initiating calls for other players. Wow. Chase Young, it just came across on the insiders. Chase Young traded to the San Francisco 49ers. That's huge. Wow. Tell me the Washington. tell me that the Washington Commanders are rebuilding. Yeah, they are rebuilding without a doubt. Logan Motorsport. The NFC East has gotten weaker the last 24 hours between Leonard Williams going, now Chase Young and Montez Sweat. I would say for Eagles and Cowboy fans, life just got a little bit easier for both of us. Oh, that's right. You've already played Washington twice, and they scored 31 points against you, didn't they? Okay. All right. So, yeah, short dog, we got that. We just were reporting that about 5 minutes ago. Chase Young traded to San Francisco. San Francisco is definitely all in. They ended up trading for Randy Gregory. Thus far hasn't paid dividends. We'll see if Chase Young does as well. So I'm kind of surprised on that one. I'm going to be having my buddy Game Time Brian joining us in a few. And I'm waiting on the Eagles to make a move too. Do you think you're going to make another one, Logan? I've been waiting on my Cowboys to make a move, but of course they don't do that. Wow, Chase Young, that one, to 49ers. They might want to get some offensive linemen. That's like us. That's really their biggest bugaboo. Okay, Washington will be out 30. They'll be out 30 on the Cowboys mark. Riverboat Ron went down to the river has come once too many times. The Riverboat Ron, the boat has sank. It has sank. So Washington is out of the. They're out of everything. And you can best believe that Riverboat Ron is going to be hitting the exit as well. Lola, Miss Hot Sauce, how are you doing, Lola? I still have to figure out how to get this loaded into my system. Philly trades Kenneth Gainwell to the Cowboys. Thanks, but no thanks. It's Lola. Welcome to the chat, Lola. Kid Cowboy. Okay, so breaking news. If you just tuned in, Chase Young has been traded to the San Francisco 49ers, joining Randy Gregory, Randy Bosa, and some of the others. Mean Mug, we know that New England has been fielding some calls for Zeke Elliott. Zeke coming back. Mark, Mexican Cowboy, I literally did a video. It's like, why not try? Why not try? Second round picks suck for us. And, make something happen. Steven and Jerry, Will Clay. Wow, Chase Young. Yes, Chase Young to the 49ers. That is cray-cray. 49ers, they hold no, they have no fear of the cap. Man. That is cray-cray. Bro, Mark, been here for years. Dedication, respect that. Thank you, BD. I appreciate that, bro. I'm just trying to keep up with everything that is. So the Commanders are definitely tanking the season. Josh Harris is saying we're just going to wipe the slate clean. We're going to start over. We're going to start fresh. And Chase Young gone. Montez Sweat gone. Wow. The host has muted me. Okay. Brian is he's probably okay, unmute. Let's see. What's up the camera? There we go. All right, so I need to change camera angles, don't I?
I'm going to go live shortly.
I am live with the breaking news. Chase Young traded to the 49ers. Chase Young to San Fran. Montez Sweat to the Bears. Joshua Dobbs to Minnesota, everybody. Jeff Lee, hey, Tay Cowboys. Tay Cowboys in the house. How are you doing? Jerry, make a splash, please. Don't hold your breath. Do not hold your breath, anybody here, because we're Cowboys. We don't do those kind of things. We don't do those kinds of things. We are not making a big splash. We can hold out hope. That's why we're here. But right at the moment, wow. 3rd round pick for Chase Young. Wow. Chase Young, a 3rd round pick. Some of the prices of these guys are kind of dirt cheap. Chase Young for a 3rd round pick? Damn. Hello, 300. How are you doing? That's insane. Okay, we've got an hour and 12 minutes left to go. I'm not seeing anything as far as the Cowboys go, of course, which is not surprising.
I got some more. I assume I'm live on your channel.
Yes, you are.
Channel here. We got some more. Jacksonville Jaguars add a solid interior offensive lineman. They pick up Ezra Cleveland from the Minnesota Vikings, and the Vikings get a 6th round draft pick. That's an added one there, so that's the latest of the moves.
Wow. Okay. So I guess this definitely means that Jack Del Rio and Riverboat Ron, his riverboat has sank, okay, or the river's dried up. Yeah, Washington full rebuild. That's crazy. Okay. Goddard is trending. Let's see what is going on with Dallas Goddard.
All right, I'm gonna
go live on yours. Okay, let me.
Well, I said 3 o'clock, but I didn't know you were going on so early. So now I'm gonna have maybe I'll log out of here and do my thing, and then.
Oh, I can just mute myself while you go live.
Okay, I didn't know you were going earlier.
Okay, there, I'm muted. So just ask me. Okay, all right. So good people.
Your people are gonna hear everything that I'm gonna say.
That's okay. Well, you can. Yeah. Well, once you get started, we'll bring you back. I'll turn my mic back on. Okay. So Dallas Goddard was mic'd. Oh,
you don't
forget.
have to mute me yet, Mark.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right.
I'm gonna go with 3, like I said. So.
Okay. We got 10 minutes here pregame. All right. So we're still watching basically trade day frenzy. And we're beginning to see more trades now happen than it used to be. It used to be trade deadline would come up and go, and maybe a player or two might be traded. This is definitely a lot more moves being made by teams. Thomas Garrett, what's up? He says, what's up, Game Time Brian? Logan Motorsports in the house. Raymond Salas, what's up, Raymond? Lawrence Hatcher, it's crazy the BS Jerry and his son are always spraying. You know, you're looking at, okay, so Josh Sweat goes for a 2nd. Chase Young goes for a 3rd.
Montez Sweat.
I'm sorry, Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat goes for a 2nd, I think.
Yes.
Chase goes for a 3rd. Yep. Still pretty cheap. I would still, I'd call the Raiders and say, I got a number 2 for you for Devontae Adams. Let me take him off your hands. I know he's got a big contract, and the Cowboys don't want to pay 2 receivers, but if you get Devontae Adams, and I know it's a pipe dream, you look at that and say, for this year, you've got an incredible wide receiver core. And then next year, you can let Brandon Cooks go or Michael Gallup go or whatever. But now you got 2 stud receivers that are going to definitely give you a whole lot. Would you agree with that or not agree with that? Would you make that move?
I would not make that move, but okay. I understand where you're coming from. You make all the sense in the world. I would allocate my money, and I see where you're coming from. I would rather us get a red zone weapon on the cheaper and really get another defensive stalwart.
But here's the thing, though. Here's my thing. You get what you pay for. And the thing is, we always go cheap, or we always go with somebody who's past their prime. Say what? You're thinking what?
No, I just got a text from Phil. I guess he's not coming on. That's fine. No, what I was saying was, I like your idea. Nobody say. I just want to get a big. I want to allocate. Because let's face it.
I know it's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. I mean, I loved it, but I don't see it happening.
I don't see it happening. I'm just listen. Let's face it.
this?
Nothing's going to happen because we're Cowboys. We don't do this shit. Okay. You start seeing some of the what the draft capital people are giving up for these guys. When you think of San Francisco giving up a 3rd round pick, they're going to be a playoff team. That's going to be a pick in the 20s. You might as well say it's a 4th round pick for a guy like Chase Young. Let's be real here.
I think we're making a move, though. I really do.
Well, they ain't got much time. They've got an hour and 7 minutes here. Chase Young to the 49ers. Wow.
Dallas is talking with the Chicago still about the other cornerback.
Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson.
Where did you hear that before?
Look out for. I heard it from you.
Oh, what? How long ago?
A couple days ago.
Oh, okay.
I call how I see it. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing.
I was just saying. I heard a little birdie told me that one. A little birdie told me that one a few days. But I'm just a guy from my mama's basement.
That's not going to happen based on what they did. How's the lighting? Based on
going for Montez Sweat. This is where it doesn't make sense to me. You go get Montez Sweat, who's in the last year of his deal, and then you're already trying to trade one of your best cornerbacks. Did that make sense to you?
It did not. Now, just early grades, they're hammering, not hammering, but they're giving the Commanders an A for that trade.
Well, yeah, Chicago's number 2 pick. That's almost a 1st round pick.
Right. But his Sweat is a boon to a struggling pass rush. I mean, he's really good.
Yes.
But and it's hard to get a 1st round pick.
Yeah. Which is why I say, for me, I'm more than happy to give up that 2nd round pick. Our 2nd round picks don't usually pan out. If I'm getting a starter, a quality starter for a 2nd round pick, you goddamn right I'm doing. Excuse me. You're damn right.
Would. But the Cowboys won't. Just look what Seattle gave up for
Leonard Williams. Yeah.
2024 2nd and a 2025 fifth.
Or 5th round. Okay.
So that yeah. So that's so you're telling me. I like that. See, to me, now they weren't trading them to us, so it doesn't matter. But that was.
Yes, Chase Young is on his way to San Francisco. And, the last big move they made on the defensive front, they haven't won a game since.
Compensation for Young?
A 3rd round pick.
So they got rid of Sweat and Young?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I guess they're looking and saying, we're going to have to pay both of those guys. Because Chase, they didn't take his 5th-year option. Trade Kenny Gainwell to the Cowboys for Tony Pollard. No thank you on Gainwell. I appreciate the thoughts and all that, buddy.
They're hot on Zeke, I'm hearing.
Who's hot on him?
Eagles.
Yeah, okay. Go right ahead, Eagles. Here's what I guess they're looking at would be the short yardage back, but I don't see the Eagles having a need at running back. Unless they're going to get rid of Gainwell after the Philly 500 text message situation.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's done, in my opinion. Sirianni's the only guy that seems to like him.
We know Philly 500 doesn't like him.
Yeah, well, they're talking about, what do you call it? Playing Boston Scott.
Mm-hmm.
They only got a 2024 3rd round pick. Wow.
Yeah. From San Francisco, which will be like
so
in the 20s.
Josh Sweat, Montez Sweat had more value than him.
I would say that.
Nothing. He has done nothing. So If I have a chance, I want to get Allen. That would have been the guy I wanted, but they're not trading
Jonathan
us,
Allen,
number
no.
one. And this move was to stick it to us. So
How are the top teams? Well, here's the good thing, at least if you look at it from our standpoint. Ours and the Eagles. The NFC East just got weaker with the lesser two teams. The defenses, definitely. Losing Leonard Williams, Montez Sweat, and Chase Young, that's kind of some of the premier defensive players that aren't on the Eagles and Cowboys. Willie Vesser, what's up? Philly D, how are you doing? Alan Williams, Skull, everybody in the house. How are the top two teams getting better and we're still just not like we're already good enough? That's the thing that kills me, Skull. And you can speak on this if you want to. I know you're getting ready to go on live. How is it San Francisco and the Eagles are constantly adding more and more talent, and we're just
That's what
like
I'm
we're
saying.
good enough.
We value our draft picks too much. I'm sorry, but and now just look at last year's draft. I'm not calling them busts, but we're getting nothing from them. So
Yep.
okay, you that's what cracks me up. That's how you know Jerry has nothing to do with this, because Jerry was I know what I have, let's get better. We never have enough, let's go over the top, let's do it.
If that's the case, somebody said Eagles trade for Aaron Donald. If that happens, I'm gonna cry.
You said you wanted.
If that were to happen, I would literally cry, but I don't see that one happening. No. I know Howie pulls a whole lot of triggers and shit like that. Even Philadelphia said, Aaron Donald? What? Yeah, that's some bullshit. Let's offer a 7th for Zeke to help the red zone and a 2nd for Donald. I'd be willing to trade that 2nd for a player anytime right now. That's just me.
All right, I'm just going to go now.
Okay.
I got the people in there.
All right, I'll mute myself. All right, he's going to go live on his channel, so you may hear a little bit. Mark, let's offer a 7 for Zeke to help in the red zone. And okay, no, we can say all we want. It's what will Jerry offer? Yeah, you're right about that, Cameron. If that happens, we would need to riot. Donald wouldn't make sense. Derrick Henry, the Niners should make Jerry go get someone. Yeah, the Niners got Chase Young, and Montez Sweat ended up going to the Bears. Titans hit their new quarterback, yeah. We have 1 hour left for the Cowboys to do something. 1 hour exactly. Will the Cowboys just... Queen Bella in the house. What's up, Queen? Jerry Jones is lazy. Why the hell would we want to trade for Zeke? That's kind of like where I'm at. GS Family Gaming page, you're 100% right. It's really what Jerry feels we need.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the mailman, coming from my mama's basement.
The postal, about to go postal mailman.
Day, and my God, do we have a lot of action already. Nothing from our Cowboys as of yet.
Surprise, surprise.
But a lot's going on. My God, let me run through who's in the house real quick. What up, everybody? We got Vinny Hagen, we got Lord Nova, we got Coyote, we got Brad Harris, Primetime Phil. I sent you a link a while ago, buddy. You're welcome to come in if you'd like. Elena Walker, how are you, Elena? I just got a bogus thing from Mark. I'm hoping it's bogus. Aaron Donald to the Eagles.
Yeah, it's bogus. That's bogus. Somebody said that in the chat.
I don't know. This might be my last day of streaming. Clemente, what up? Happy Halloween, everybody. That reminds me, I forgot about that. Good job.
Unfortunately, it's trick-or-treating, and we're getting tricked.
Eagles. Mr. Cowboy, what up, my man? Logan, welcome, my guy. Adrian, what up, Adrian? How you doing? Stephen Brown, what's up, buddy? How are you? How's everything look? Everything look good? Good. Josh Jacobs for a second. Is that true, or are you just throwing it out there?
Josh Jacobs.
Anybody that has anything in the we got Donovan Peoples-Jones, wide receiver. The Lions get from the Browns. Mark Holmes, if you could hear me, you could unmute me now.
No, I'm muted.
So we can.
You weren't muted. We heard everything you said. I muted me
okay.
so you wouldn't hear me over your
49ers and the Eagles improving roster. What are we doing? So the Eagles got Josh Jacobs for a second? Is that what I'm hearing, people? Help me out. I mean, or are you talking about us? Bill entered the chat. Okay, here comes Prime. I will.
I'm not seeing anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think David Cowboy. Now, I don't know. Like, Mr.
Lions
Cowboy,
are acquiring wide receiver Donovan Peoples-Jones from the Browns. Okay.
Our biggest concern is offensive tackle. Listen, the Clemente. Oh, you want Josh Jacobs for a second? Okay. If anybody sees anything, I have like a couple trackers on. If anybody sees anything, let me know. What up, Phil? Welcome, buddy.
Sorry, man. I got in here late. I didn't realize you had sent the link.
You know, I drove over 300 miles to be here for this stream. Okay.
So you guys talked about Josh Dobbs?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
My bad. I'm just saying I'm jumping in. My bad.
Okay.
No,
we talked. He went to the Vikings. Okay. Excuse me. I'm not saying that word because my dad, actually, my 85-year-old dad, has said, "Son, I love watching your stuff, but every time you use that F word, I just have to turn it off." So I'm trying to be good because I don't want to piss my dad off. Yeah, so we got Josh Dobbs to Minnesota.
Funny, Hamid.
We got Montez Sweat to the Bears, and the Bears supposedly are trying to move on with Jalen Johnson. And we have Chase Young to the San Francisco 49ers for only a third-round pick, which you have to look at is going to be a late-day pick in the third round.
Yeah,
that's chump change.
I think what's smart about it is if they decide to like walk away from him after the year, what comp pick are they going to get for it? You know?
Yeah, that's
so that could come back and get a third again. So it wouldn't be very much other than eating the $5 million that he has on the contract. So.
Could be, but I'm just looking at it for Washington and saying, "Damn!"
Oh,
you're basically getting a late third round pick for a guy that you took number 2 in the draft.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a Cowboys kind of thing to do. You know, like we did with Amari Cooper. You know, and here it is, Montez. Look at the difference in compensation. The Bears are going to be in the top 5 in the draft. So that second round pick is 37 or higher for Montez Sweat, and you get a 5th round the next year. So you're getting that versus Chase Young, who is younger.
Maybe the health thing.
Well, Chase Young, we're talking about a late third round pick, is it? That's a chasm in compensation between the two. You just basically said, we just want to get rid of this mother humper. We just want to get rid of him. That's all that says. We're just sick of him. And I guess Josh Harris, you know, Riverboat Ron, the riverboat has sank. And he's going to be getting the exit door at the end of the season. They're going to start all over. You don't think so?
I would think so.
Oh, okay.
I would think so.
No, after every week, it's been something questionable that they look at and say, "What are you doing?" Yeah, he's gone.
Just the question is, do they let him play out the season, or at some point?
You know? Well, you've just taken 2 of your best defensive players and gotten rid of them. So, does it matter at this point? You've said to the fans, this season is a wipe. Walker Wade, come on, Jerry. We got to upgrade the team. Shout out to Walker Wade. What's up, buddy?
Major difference between a 3rd and a 5th that we got. David Cowboy, again, like Mark points out, we gave Amari Cooper away. He's still causing issues for the league 2 years
Yeah.
later. So, it's just one of those deals. We seem to buy high and sell low, Mister.
Bob Johnson, we should trade for Derek Carr. The fuck? See, look at that.
That's the wrong guy to be saying that to. Let me close my door.
Are you kidding me?
Mark will be.
Are you literally on some crack, Bob Johnson? Derek Carr has been ass. Seriously, they paid too much for a guy who was a bum. And keep in mind, that guy was throwing to Devontae Adams. He ended up having Josh Jacobs for running back. You look at Hunter Renfrow. He had literally everything last year and couldn't make the playoffs. And you're saying go trade for him? Dude, get out of here. Look, you know what, dude? All right, Queen Bella in the house. Incoming news. Finally, the Cowboys do nothing. Bella, you had me going there for a second, Bella. You had me going there for a second. Okay.
Tell him, Brad Harris. Tell him.
All right. So we're looking at the Jags getting an offensive lineman. We're looking
You
at
haven't done nothing in 30 years, and you still are nowhere near. You're just like, I would say biting on our coattails, but you're not even that close.
All right, we have exactly 50 minutes and 40 seconds left. Is this going to be a Brandon Cook situation where we're trying to make a deal and don't get it done in the last few seconds?
Well, I would say that they are on the phone talking, but that this team, I would try and be creative. I don't think that they want to trade a lot of picks. Maybe you could trade a contract. That's why I brought up, I don't know what you guys would do. I would just throwing it out there with the scenario of Aaron Donald. You're going to have to give up a big pick, maybe in 2025. Maybe you throw in a Mozzie. And that was just me thinking out loud, saying, I know Donald's 32, but he comes in, that might be something that the Rams might be interested in. But that was just me throwing it out there. Give up less draft compensation. You're still going to have to give up something for him. Or
of course,
whoever. If it's the guy out in Las Vegas who threw his helmet last night. He's a talented receiver. That quarterback, Jimmy G, is
ass.
Bad. I mean, Devontae was running free all night. Literally. I've never seen a quarterback play quite that bad other than Derek Carr just a few days prior, or a week ago. I don't think we're going to do anything like that because of the salary. But, what do I know? I mean, from what I'm hearing, that the trade deadline with the Tennessee fell through based on Tennessee not wanting to eat
the contract,
salary. So we're going to go from that when he was only owed 5.3 remaining.
That's what I'm like. Seriously?
We ain't going to give nothing for Devontae Adams. Unfortunately. So.
And if you're not going to do that, you're not going to take on Aaron Donald's $32 million.
Hey, Clemente, Mark had brought. I think it was Mark. Maybe it wasn't Mark. But somebody brought up maybe like throw trade Lance in a situation, but he was on the market, and we ended up with him. So nobody's going to give us anything more. I mean, you could throw him in as a piece, but I think Dallas is keeping Trey Lance. So,
well, here's the thing. The problem is
me too.
We blew everybody out the water for the trade capital. I mean, basically San Francisco didn't want to trade with us, but I heard that basically it was 7th and 6th round picks is what people were offering. Then the Cowboys come through with a 4. You're not going to turn that down. You don't care who it's going to.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting. I mean, just some of the...
A second and third plus Gallup for Sutton. That's a lot.
Lord Nova says he would send 2 1s for Devontae. You would have to, but if I'm doing that, they'd have to eat something.
They would have a lot of dead money in salary.
Yeah, that's the problem. We're not... I don't
53
have over the
million this
cap
year,
up.
40
Yeah.
million next
Mm-hmm.
year. So yeah, they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's sad for him because he's literally, every decent piece that they've had, they've kind of gotten rid of, and Josh
Definitely.
McDaniels is an idiot.
Yeah.
Hunter Jules says she wants Aaron.
This isn't the NBA. You can't follow other teammates somewhere and expect to be
right.
taken care of.
Lady
Can't
Libra
cry
in the
like a little
house.
bitch like James Harden and see if it could actually go to the team you want to go to all along.
Yeah, we're not seeing a whole. I mean, we've got some trades happening, but not really a whole heck of a lot here. As we sit here and wait,
Well, we've seen, like I said, I rattled off. You got Chase Young going to the
Yeah.
49ers. You got Jags getting a starting guard.
we've got
You
five
got
today.
Vikings getting Josh Dobbs. You got the Bears getting Montez Sweat. You got Leonard Williams going to Seattle.
Seattle.
And you got Eagles going to Kevin Byard. Compared to 5 years ago,
Oh, this is massive.
way more. So I expect more stuff, but we shall
Raiders
see.
have
This
received
is
calls about Max Crosby and Devontae Adams.
No, Max Crosby? I like Max Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that we do that
We would not
for
do
Max.
that.
Also, too, with them, it's just how we can all look at the Raiders and see how far they are, but in their own head, what's the illusion? Do they think they're closer than what they actually are? And so,
What, Seattle? I think Seattle's actually.
no. I'm talking about the Raiders.
Oh, I thought you said Raiders and Seattle. Okay, I'm sorry, I misheard.
No, just in
Not
general,
you,
the
that's for
Raiders.
Jerry Jones. Sorry, I was talking to somebody.
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders are a long ways away, and that's where they got to get a new coach and a new philosophy. Josh McDaniels is a disaster for a second time, and I bet you down the road he'll get another opportunity to be a head coach. I just want Deebo Samuels and Jalen Ramsey, please. Dallas Cowboy girl, they're both under contract. You're not getting either of them. Jimmy Garoppolo, 10 of 21, 126 yards, and an interception yesterday. Wow. Okay. Carl Young says, I'm done with Dallas. Jerry letting us down for a Halloween treat. It's more like a Halloween trick. So, our two biggest rivals in the NFC both went out and made a move, and we've stayed pat. We can't buy just to buy. Gallup must go. Chris Jones, I think we get Henry. I believe we will go, and we will go far. Well, I'm sitting here, and it's 45 minutes left on the countdown. Do either of you have any delusion that the Cowboys are going to make a move?
Yeah, I think we're doing something. I can't tell you what it is, but I think we're going to do something. It'll probably be something small, but whatever. I'll take it.
I would like that corner if like a realistic one is the Chicago corner.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, that is the realistic one.
They want a
but
number
that doesn't
two.
necessarily mean. Yeah, exactly. So that's where the. Well, you know what? The history with our number twos.
Right.
I've told you.
I'd rather. Yeah, that's the marker.
All day. All day. I mean, now, Schoonmaker, maybe he comes, maybe Sam Williams does. But when you start thinking about Boss Man Fat and Tristan Hills and Jalen Smiths, we have not been. Actually, let me pull it up.
Howard says we need offensive line depth. Yeah, we do,
man, I'd
but
be all about that. Yeah.
As we stated, our starting five is really not bad at all when healthy. We just need to come together and gel. We haven't played hardly together, but yeah, if we can get somebody, but we need some offense. I would like an offensive weapon of some sort also, but I'm
Big
not
running
holding my
back.
breath for that.
I want a big running
What's
back.
up, David? How are you, buddy?
So you start looking
yeah.
at some of those guys on that list. So Kevin Joseph. Now the good ones are Diggs and D-Law. Connor Williams, Tristan Hill, Awuzie, Jalen Smith, Randy Gregory, Gavin Escobar, Bruce Carter, Marty B, Anthony Fasano, Kevin Burnett. I don't even remember him. That was 2005. We've not had a lot of success with second round picks, so I would be more than happy to say, let's trade that.
I would be willing to venture into the 2025 draft and give up a high pick for somebody big time. I mean, that's just me. That's just how I feel about it. Use next year's pick. Go get actually, increase that value. Maybe add a player. I'm not giving a name. You guys know who I've been talking about. What up, Jay Smooth? How are you? Brad Harris says Tyron better ball out on Sunday after missing last week.
He just got hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
While you were saying that, he pulled his groin.
Yeah, right.
Both of them. So
It reminds me of that South Park with the $20 to invest and everything. Oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and trade that. Oh, it's gone.
Billy D points out something, and this goes out to Howard. Offensive linemen, if they're any good, usually don't.
They're starting.
They don't get traded because there's not many good backups there.
Yeah.
Howard says, I think one of the NFC contenders get Jalen Johnson. That would be more impactful than Chase Young to San Fran, in my opinion.
Well, what we
missing piece. Yeah.
Ed Warder was saying earlier, this is 4 hours ago, that 49ers and Bills were potential trade targets, and that they had heard that the Cowboys weren't involved. Then Josina Anderson tweeted out 3 hours ago that he's wrong for the Cowboys at this point for that price. So they're saying,
Who are you talking about?
Jalen Johnson. Yeah.
Well, I have a late rumor for my Eagles fans here. Dalvin Cook has been rumored to go into the Eagles, so stay tuned on that. They are souring on Gainwell. They need somebody to help out. What's his name? Swift. DeAndre Swift. So they need another back. Dalvin Cook might be that guy because Swift has actually turned into
breaking news: the Vikings are trading guard. There's Cleveland to the Jaguar. That's before. That's earlier. Shit. That's old news. Man, they ain't got no new news.
Tafari, how are you?
Come on, we have 40 minutes left.
He needs to retire. We got 40 minutes left. Yep.
All right, we've had
It's
nothing
funny,
this hour.
Like a channel, and they have Trey Lance, Ryan Tannehill, Case Keenum, Andy Dalton, and Jacoby Brissett also as trade options for teams as far as quarterbacks. Running backs, you got Saquon, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Ezekiel Elliott. That's also been rumored to the Eagles. Miles Sanders, who's done nothing. Eagles, Rashad Penny. FYI, you're not getting nothing for Rashad Penny. He stinks.
He
Wide receivers,
stinks.
Devontae Adams. A little low-key, I told Phil about this a while ago. Marquise Philly Brown. He is a dark horse to end up in Dallas. He played with CD at the University of Oklahoma. He's been behind the scenes pushing for it. I don't think it's going to happen. That's why we really haven't brought it up too much. But Philly Brown is a name that I did hear a while back, but Arizona might do it. Arizona is in a sell mode, so we shall see. Kyle Pitts, obviously. It seems like all of the New England players are up for bid here. Trent Brown, Owenahu, a lot of these guys, they're just ready to bail. And that makes sense. How would you guys like Garrett Bowles? Offensive tackle out of Denver? I would like Garrett Bowles.
I'd
These
say
are just
Cowboy
something-
Nation, let's ride.
If that means you're sticking Tyler Smith out to left tackle, I'm good with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know that they would do it.
They wouldn't. They don't do shit, man. They don't do shit. Here it is, San Francisco, which has a great defense, has gone out to try and get Randy Gregory. That's apparently not working real well. And they decide to go out and get Chase Young. They're trying to get better. The Eagles.
Well, and just yesterday, Shanahan came out and said, we're not in a really, I don't see us making any moves. But again, something came across his plate and he ate it. I mean, he took it. That's what it should be. You shouldn't go into it with a preconceived, I'm not going to do this or I'm not going to give up this. Because when you do, you miss out on very good opportunities. Terry Jones.
God.
Can you hear my drops, Bill?
Yeah, I hear him. Oh, no, I don't hear him. I don't hear your drops.
Well, Phil knows how to do it. But he keeps a lot of his secrets to himself.
Damn right, man.
You don't share.
No, the Cowboys, remember with Taco Charlton, they drafted him over, what's his name?
Taco Tuesday.
Because, they like the size and length, and they ended up, damn.
Exactly,
Pause.
Vinny. You have to try. You have to try.
They don't get out of their comfort zone.
36 minutes left to go in the deadline. What are you guys in the chat? What are you looking for? And hey, yo, what up, Chris May? Dallas Cowboys in the house. 49ers traded for, and Chase Young. Yeah, it's crazy. Teams that are already,
Let me go to a special guest here.
They got the wide receiver to the Lions.
Let me go to a special guest here who has some idea what the Cowboys may do today.
I would love to see. Obviously, the Giants already did a trade. Seahawks made a huge trade. I thought that was important because they wanted more rush, interior rush, and things like that. A team that I feel like, I think we could make a trade. The Cowboys can make a trade to get more depth at O-line, or depth at corner, or D-line. You can't get enough, or even linebacker. Missing Van Der Esch right now. It's truly, but Marquise Bell is truly stepping up. I would love to see. I want to see what the Titans do with Derrick Henry. I think the Ravens could use a trade right now. Go get them a running back, more running back depth. I also think the Chiefs could use a trade. Go get you a medium tier receiver or elite receiver to go with Travis Kelce. And I think those two teams could really benefit from the trades.
The line.
So Micah Parsons sounds like us right now. He sounds like Joe the fan. I would like to see us, and I wonder how disappointed Micah Parsons will be at the end of the day.
What up, Broadford? Parsons talks too much. I'm with you. I would not be happy with my star defensive player having a podcast in the middle of the week talking about what the team should or should not do. I've already said that. I'm not trying to be mean or insensitive, but
Lord Brunson in here. Cowboys get Derrick Henry for 24, 25, 2 first-round picks, and Osa and Digazua. Okay, Lord Brunson. Lord Brunson up in here trolling.
He's already making excuses for Sunday, so whatever.
What, Lord Brunson, can I ask you how it is Sam Howell looks like Joe Montana against you guys, putting up 31 points on your defense?
400 yards.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand that. With Ron Rivera as a head coach, inquiring minds would like to know
what you guys think of Kenny Moore. Left hands up.
Who are we? The Commanders. Now that would be the best move of the deadline, Brian Walker. Okay,
it's a move, Vinny. I do like when Micah calls out the media. Yeah, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just. If you're asking me, do I like it? No.
Yeah, it kind of puts the Cowboys on blast for him to go out and say, "I would like to see us do this," and then the Cowboys do nothing.
He loses $1 million off of his deal. We're like circumcising a mosquito.
Well, hypothetically, let's say the Cowboys say, "We're not going to pay you." How do you think that would go in the media? I mean, how do you think Cowboy fans would feel about that one? You think that they would go along with Jerry Jones on that one?
Problem is, Chris May, he says Derrick Henry for a second, Rico, and a 6th would be great. I think
that's too much.
Keep Rico. Yeah, and just remember, he's a free agent after the season, so you'd obviously be wanting to redo his deal. Or no, you can't redo his deal. You might, so you'd have to wait till the end of the year, have a verbal agreement.
Why can't you? Wait a minute, why couldn't you redo his? You could redo his deal now. It's not franchise tagged.
No, that was in his contract. They had until 4 o'clock yesterday to restructure his deal.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he can't sign a new deal with the new team he goes to.
I guess that's possible.
Yeah.
Cowboys get Mark Holmes, D-line stud, says Brad Harris.
I'd be all in for it. I'd be more than happy to go ahead and get paid NFL minimum.
Yeah, he'd be knee hunting. He'd just be just falling into the knees. Pitch from Atlanta, Coyote. Coyote, please tell me what he's done, though.
Mike is the new breed of athlete. What is Kenneth Gainwell? He is getting his feelings hurt at halftime and going after.
What do you guys feel about that, Phil? What do you feel about Kenneth Gainwell in his? Mark, how long do they have? 12 minutes?
Yeah, I mean you got to. And you're in a game. You're losing. You're in a game. You are losing.
Did you hear about that, Phil?
No, I didn't hear about it.
Kenneth Gainwell, the running back for the Eagles, goes in the locker room
at halftime.
Responds on Instagram to a fan that says he should be cut or something.
He says, "Hold on to the damn ball. You need some glue in your hands and stuff."
and he asked him, and that's the only way we knew he was on Instagram. The coaches knew is because he responded to the tweet.
No, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I put out kind of a prank video and said that it was actually Philly 500 he was talking to.
Howard, I just think it's bad taste, man. You don't have much time. I understand.
We got Wanya Thomas doing the same thing.
Like apparently Sirianni gives them a certain period of time that they're not responsible for anything. So they could technically you can go on the phone. I would just think I wouldn't want to do that. Nobody's gonna care if you're winning 30-0, right? They're gonna think it's funny. But when you fumble the ball, Let's see, everybody making trades while we're sitting on the sidelines. Michael Dana, didn't we call it? We kind of called it, didn't we? I still think we'll do something, but it won't be nothing very aggressive.
Yeah. I don't even know what mediocre trade that they'll go for. That's, still surprises you. It's not surprising of the trade value. It's always surprising who they go for. If they go.
I think there's a lot of guys that could be traded here.
Start looking at those teams that are like right now on the bottom. What are they willing to get away from? Let go.
Yeah. We will never get where we want to be. So Jones is gone. Hey,
Lordy.
I don't know that Jerry has any.
Gainwell. Oh boy. MC Philly, we did not get Devontae Adams. Okay. Queen Bella, the only thing we're picking is a new water boy. Well, Micah Parsons' nickname is the water boy. I'd like to get another one of those.
Need some high quality H2O.
All right, 30 minutes left for us until we are completely disgusted and disappointed.
You're wrong, Mama. She is not the devil. I didn't say she was the devil.
She showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Show me her boobies. The medulla
oblongata. You're wrong, Colonel Sanders. Mom is right.
Mark's always tired.
Who, me?
Howard Dickerson says, I'm hearing San Fran is trying to close in on Jalen Johnson. Wow. That would be impressive. But see, there again, this is a team that's coming off 3 straight losses as Lincoln Oil all of a sudden after George Kittle wears the old "fuck Dallas" shirts. Sorry, Mark Holmes' father, but I'm just repeating what he
wasn't me, Dad.
He wrote. What up, Mark Hutchin? What's up, buddy? Stephen Jones had me drinking by 3 p.m. Listen, this is what's up, Ray? This is nothing surprising. Us Cowboy fans know this all too well.
Yep.
If we were going to see a trade, we probably would have saw it, like I said the other day. Why wait? This isn't like a free agency.
For the drama, man.
Yeah. Deadlines make deals. I guess that's.
Deadlines make Jerry Jones get to speak.
Well, we had a lot of coals in the fire, but
But we didn't want to hurt the Dallas Cowboys long term because, we win Super Bowls every other year and we don't want to mess it up.
And then you say, well, it's been 28 years, 29 years since you've won a Super Bowl. Going on 29 years. Well, that's not the point. Yeah, it's the point. That's everything, big guy.
Well, we are just content with the team we are.
Depends on who you ask, right?
Johnson now
hold on.
Chicago.
Queen Bella? What? Hold up, Queen Bella. I'm gonna fly out to Jerry and give him a lap dance so he can do something. Damn, Bella.
Didn't you newly married? Is your man gonna is he gonna have a problem with that?
Everybody loading up, and here we are.
But,
What, Bella?
scary. Yeah.
Well, I think he'd probably, if that got Jerry Jones to go out and make a move, I think he'd probably be okay with that.
But he's probably an Eagle fan. I hope that's not true, Queen. Did you really marry an Eagle fan? How much longer we got, Brian? Well, we got 26 minutes, man.
26 minutes. 26 minutes. 26
After
minutes
a
to
day of
refresh your
expiration, Jalen Johnson is expected to stay in Chicago, the sources say.
Yeah, that's Howard said the same thing. He said Rasul Douglas to Buffalo. So we shall see. Yeah. I feel like I'm looking at Mo, Larry, and Curly. Well, thank you, Mark. Which one of us is Mo? I'm Curly.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Jalen Johnson to the Niners, Queen Bella says. Niners loading up like mother humpers.
Wow. 49ers reportedly nearing another big trade. So I guess that's what they're talking about. 49ers are in talks for Jalen Johnson. You are right. So we
again
wait and see.
See, here's
Niners
the thing that you look at when you make a big trade like this. You're talking about not giving up big draft capital. Hopefully, these guys would pan out, and your draft pick is going to be hopefully 32nd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Rodney, you're speaking my language, but nobody.
What Rodney say?
Well, whoever has the power is not using it, and it needs to be used. Everybody can see that we need help. Well, that's the team we have, but we haven't been getting it done. The Rams win makes them think. That's exactly what I was going to say, Rodney. Is that big win
makes them think that we're good enough.
Yeah, we're good enough. I'm gonna light him up.
Well, that's what happens when you person that's picking the people or signing the checks. So.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen that yet. Johnson come across.
No, I haven't seen anything on him other than those little back and forth. Could go here, not going anywhere. Go
I bet
there.
not one single front office guy is on the phone right now. They're probably eating at Papa John's.
Yeah, I keep hearing go for Kenny Moore. Vinny, listen, I'll take. I heard Elam, but I don't know that the Buffalo is going to be moving anybody. Kenny Moore is with the Colts. You got Marcus Peters. What?
We'll make a move for Jason Peters is what we'll do. That's what we'll do.
Right. Maybe a Dory Jackson. Dallas was high on him in the draft. Giants are in sell mode, but why would they trade him to Dallas? Philly beat happens when you're paying a QB under $1 million. Yeah. Well, if you never strive to make yourself better, then what's the point? Well, Dallas thinks that they are the smartest people in the room, and they, just don't look at the obvious.
Well, I mean, they're constantly countering.
Lions involved. Von Miller going to. I'm loving the trolls posting shit.
After that 49ers game, say, well, we have a lot to go, and then you don't make moves,
I'll take Kenny Moore. He will play the slot.
23 minutes and counting. 23 minutes until we can do our rant videos. Where we rail against the Cowboys machine. They'll trade for a practice squad guy with 7-rounder from 5 years ago.
Mike, I don't think that Jerry. I think what this is what I think the Bills are going off, man. They get Rasul Douglas from Green Bay. They just don't care, man. They're trying to plug holes. So shout out to Buffalo. I think that Jerry goes up to them and goes, "Hey guys, how about Jalen Johnson?" Well, Dad, really good player, but right now we're buying it way too high. His value is very high right now, and looking at our cap 5 years down the road, adding a guy like Jalen Johnson may not be best for the bottom line, Pop. And then it's a no. It all comes down to Steven Catboy Jones. All right, that's where it's at.
That's Roll Douglas traded to the Buffalo Bills, another team that's in the hunt.
Douglas, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Broadford. If Jerry's goal is to be good enough, he's been stringing fans along for the better part of 3 decades. Billionaires don't.
Well, he's been getting paid doing it, so why change?
Well, I've said this. They want to be good enough to get into the dance, but not good enough to win it. They want to be good enough to sell that merch at Christmas time so all the kids can, and let's face it, all us adults who go out and buy, I'm not wearing anything today, but Dallas merch. That's what they want. Come Christmas time, are you in the hunt? Because they want to sell. Because they're the number one team for selling merch and licensed merchandise. So that's what it's about, unfortunately. The days of winning, they want to hit a home run.
Well, they wouldn't. Okay, let's be clear. They wouldn't mind winning, but they don't want to do what it takes. They would rather be relevant.
They don't want to have those down years where you have 5, 6, 7 wins. They don't want that.
Right.
They want to be 10, 11, 12. Right? They don't want to have those 5 wins, but it goes in stark a contrast to what you're supposedly good at, which is drafting. So why wouldn't you want to have a top 10 pick every, 6, 7 years? Who cares? If you're winning Super Bowls, then you have to come down.
Yeah.
That's what you do, right? Is draft.
Yeah, that's what you do, but not the Cowboys.
Let's get ready.
All right, so
I just keep checking and I can't.
that's what I'm doing now, and it's like I'm checking for no good reason.
Yeah, exactly.
We get 20 minutes
what the
left.
rest of the NFL is doing. Let's be real. So we can play see what we could have.
Sometimes you feel
Michael
like
Thomas
a fool.
would be great. Michael Thomas, Cowboy Kane. I don't know, man. I think you wouldn't have to give. I don't think you'd have to give much for him. I really think he's lost a step. But hey, the Bears look like they're not moving Jalen Johnson. Yeah, we saw that. Listen, why would they now? They went out and got
Montez Sweat. That's what I was saying. Doesn't make sense to get rid of one star and bring in another.
Well, I mean, James, are you happy? Are you we say sound like sad. I mean, it's kind of sucks to have an ownership that doesn't want to pull triggers and used to be one way, and then as he's gotten older can kind of
Is that Mark's chat?
No, on yours, James Parson. Y'all sound like sad puppies.
Oh, yeah. No.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's just.
I'm not sad at all.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm actually mad. I'm just mad that we put in so much as Dallas Cowboy fans, and I'd be okay if you tried to make a move and it didn't pan out. I'd be okay. At least show me that you got some cojones. I swear, I think the cojones left with Jimmy Johnson. Because, Jerry Jones, those are the oil man, the guy that takes big risks. We don't take any risks.
Exactly.
That's what bothers me is, here it is. San Francisco went ahead and got Randy Gregory. Does that look like that's what they thought? No. But that didn't stop them from saying, let's go out and get Chase Young. Let's see. You make mistakes, like the Eagles did with Carson Wentz.
What up, Cole
But they
Upshaw?
did something about it to try and get better. I just see us sitting here with the same thing, expecting different results every year. Trust the process. We know what we're doing. We expect big things. Jalen Tolbert, this guy is a great wide receiver. Well, he's getting on the field more now than Michael Gallup. But, you just sit here and look at these boneheaded mistakes. You pay $12 million for Michael Gallup, and you say $21 million is too much to keep Amari Cooper. I'm sorry. Sometimes it just gets to be bullshit.
Jamie Flores says the Joneses won't do a move. The moves were made by Jimmy Johnson. He's been trying to do this the past 28 years and hasn't gotten there. Yeah, I don't know what formula they have, Jamie, to actually try and get a deal done, but it seems like they need to have bye weeks involved. So I guess everybody can get together and see if they want to do a move. Everything's got to be perfect. No, like sometimes you have to go make something happen. Like I was telling the guys, sometimes you got to do it to show your team that you're serious about winning. Look Michael Parsons in the eye and say, dude, I got you. I'm going to go get you whatever. You could sell whatever you want. Go do something.
Yeah, and this goes back to, like I was saying to you, about, everybody's like, well, don't sign Dak to another contract. Do you know that Dak wants to come back? If I'm looking as a quarterback for the Cowboys and I see teams that constantly try and bring in better offensive linemen, more weapons for them and things, and here it is, you ain't done that. You let go Lyle Collins, not that I'm saying that was a bad thing, and Connor McGovern. You let go Connor Williams, and you got one more bona fide offensive lineman. One in Tyler Smith. And the rest of your offensive line has been kind of crappy. You go ahead, you let go Cedric Wilson, you let go Amari Cooper and things, and you bring in an older Brandon Cooks. And you sit there and look, if you're the quarterback, and say, what is going on here? How come I can't get all those nice, shiny new toys that everybody else gets? We got 15 minutes left, people.
If I'm Jerry Jones and he's got stripped of his power, I would tell his son Stephen Jones to just watch what Jimmy Johnson used to do.
No, I would be basically, Stephen, hire somebody. Okay? You know the old saying is, the first generation builds the business, the second generation destroys it.
But usually not when the first one's still around. Usually they don't have to suffer and see it burn.
Ashley says mediocrity has not affected the Joneses. That's a good one. Family money button line.
Yeah.
So why change the script? Cause us fans are mad? Question mark.
Yeah.
We will watch and we will support the team. Why should Jerry or Steven change? Exactly.
He's the ringmaster of his circus.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Well, he is P.T. Barnum. He knows there's a sucker born every minute.
He says Mark and the Man throwing eggs at Jerry's mansion tonight. Yeah.
Well, we do that every night.
I can reach it. I don't know if I can reach that far. I could throw pretty good, but he lives way off the road, man. Come on.
So, let me ask you this: do you guys think that the Jaguars are better than the Cowboys?
That's a close one. If I was,
No.
I don't know. You say no?
No.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just saying, but they're ranked higher than the Cowboys in the power rankings.
Well, power rankings.
Somebody's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's based on what they had ranked. Their incorrect rankings from the week prior.
I would say it's our Arizona game that will keep us down.
Yeah, we saw that Dallas Cowboys, Donovan Peoples-Jones. That was a good trade by Detroit. Hey, listen, to me, it's like, just do something. Like I was just saying, you got to do something.
Well, I mean,
they're not going to do something. 14 minutes left, people.
The Chiefs. You don't think they need a wide receiver? Seem like they'd be doing something.
Yeah. Got my son looking at the trade deadline timer, saying They haven't done anything. Shout out
Maybe
to the
they-
72 people in the chat. Shout out to you guys.
nice. Yeah, I'm just looking at each one, but nothing.
This is
you
what
know,
we got to look forward to.
I keep
everybody just
I keep
quiet and
looking.
listen.
I keep looking and hoping that we could eat some crow here, and
That's it. The freaking draft.
that something would come across here at the last second that would say,
Wow.
but I don't see anything coming across. See, apparently,
How about if we get rid of somebody?
I'm 62. I'm old.
How about we ship somebody off?
apparently Jerry
That's what I
Jones
was
didn't
saying.
realize this.
What's that, Mark?
You play to win the game. Come on. You
Brad
play
Harris
to
is
win
all
the
big Jerry
game.
Jones' house.
Good
He
film.
You
just
don't
bailed
play
me
it, just
out.
play it.
He may laugh at you, man, and bring you in for some 7-Eleven wine. You never know.
I don't care if
He
you
may
don't
open
have
the
any
door
wins.
and
You
he's,
gonna play to
I
win.
don't think,
When you start telling me
maybe
it
he'll
doesn't
throw
matter,
some back at you. Who knows?
then
What up,
retire.
Crystal? How are you?
Get out.
Oh my God, what happened, Crystal? What's up?
Okay,
Rohan,
cheapskate
what's
ownership.
up, man? I don't buy shit or go to any games until the Cowboys do anything. I'm not neither. Hamid, Cowboys just signed Jason Peters. Shut up. Don't start, Hamid.
that was my joke there a few minutes ago. That's the only signing we'll do.
You can
is some
have
bullshit
Jason
like
Peters. Stop it. I thought he was on Seattle. Somebody told me.
Jerry told Catboy to keep his thumbs up his ass and off the phones. Oh man, cheapskate ownership. Dallas does draft so well, giving up picks. Play to win the game. Extend the trade deadline for one more day, please. But we like our guys. We think our team is really good.
I don't buy Cowboys gear. It's gifted to me by my family. Mark Holmes gift me some merch. LOL.
No
Mark
problem.
Holmes gift me. He wants some merch. Yeah, and Cowboy Kane says Cowboys just signed Mark Holmes. That's what he said. He's just gonna the ball tight. He's just gonna fall over.
They did, yeah.
You might do better than Edoga.
Shit.
Is that mean? Yeah, that's mean.
Hey, I can lay on the ground. Okay, I can lay my fat list. I can fire out on short yardage and just lay on the ground. I can just.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. I can just lay
My
there.
guy, this is a strong name, man. This is a strong name. Link Hellyfield. Jerry is the reason Cowboys can't get over the hump. 30 years of QBs and no Super Bowl. It's not players' fault. It's the ownership. Link, I don't think Jerry has anything to do with it anymore. He just talks in the background, and he's like, guys, we need to go get this guy. Guys. And they're like, all right, we're talking here. Let the adults who are making the decisions, looking at the money. We can't afford that, Dad. That's probably what's going on. So we got not a little less than 10 minutes to go. The Patriots listen, but are hanging on to
Zeke?
young contract guys. Now, Zeke's on the market.
Yeah, but
I
he's still
actually
there
saw-
at the moment.
Yeah. I actually saw a thing where Mac Jones was on the trade block. That just
Okay.
goes to show you. What up, Pioneer? We haven't done squat.
I got a potted meat sandwich.
Yeah, we got a potted meat sandwich. I'm going to probably, it's a little chilly out. I'm probably going to do something warm for dinner. That's about it, man. Yeah, I mean,
I was going to make some Manhattan chowder myself.
there you go. Eagles and Cowboys are doing nothing right now. Logan, you already did something. It's called Kevin Byard. That's what you did. At least you could walk away from that. Look out for a last-minute Dalvin Cook to the Eagles or a Zeke Elliott to the Eagles. Dallas, they're looking at Elam with Buffalo. I don't know that that'll happen. We'll see. Dallas trades for Fred Warner. Yeah, okay. I would like it to implement that.
Breaking news: the Cowboys have just traded Jerry Jones for Robert Kraft.
Breaking news. Jerry Jones just had a bowel movement.
Breaking veteran running back Zeke Elliott has been traded to the Ravens. Gallup should have been traded. Ain't nobody trading for Michael Gallup in that contract.
Yesterday was National Candy Corn Day, believe it or not. It's a love or hate candy. Yeah, no, I don't.
Like black licorice.
My mother loved anything black licorice, like anisette. She was Italian, so that makes sense. But I never liked the black licorice.
It's 10 minutes. No, it's actually 8 minutes left.
It's 7:47 and ticking before we get.
I'm seeing some people say Zeke Elliott to the Ravens.
Okay, that would be a good move.
That'd be a good move, yeah, for him.
The Ravens are always one of those teams who are willing to go out and make a move to get better, and they're already 6-2.
But they're never. Yeah, they're just. It's not like
Halloween's
they
my
fall behind.
birthday. Coyote, happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! I'm not singing to a dude, so we'll just say happy birthday.
Be like that. Oh, and this is your birthday song. It doesn't last too long. Hey, and it goes.
Yeah, there you go. We could do what they do with at the hibachi grills, but I'm not. Mike Aldana, breaking news. Mark Holmes and crew give JJ a knuckle sandwich. I like it. Sweetest fish till this day is my favorite. But Philly D, it's got to be the small ones. It has to be the small red.
Wow.
sweetest fish.
Okay. Per Albert Breer. Okay. This was 4 minutes ago. The Patriots listen, but are hanging on to young contract guys like Josh Uncle, Kyle. Right, but they're saying they never got any calls on Mac Jones or Zeke Elliott.
Okay.
I thought it was a joke.
That's just what Albert Breer is reporting.
Hey, Jerry. Sorry, people. I can't help myself.
What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I have some breaking news on the Dallas. Oh, no, they're not. They are literally playing. October 30th was the 21st anniversary of You Play to Win the Game. So they're just playing that on NFL Insiders. But we have some breaking news on the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones and Catboy. We like our guys. We have breaking news on the Dallas Cowboys. They have made some moves. They have made some surprising moves. That literally, after all week talking about Jalen Johnson, talking about Derrick Henry, talking about making trades for Devontae Adams, the Dallas Cowboys at the last minute did absolutely nothing. Breaking news. The Cowboys have done nothing. We are
That's
5 minutes left.
to go.
5 minutes left. No, what you think we got
need a
Randy?
little
You think
faith.
we got Randy Gregory up here and we're trying to get him to sign the contract that says we can take all your money if you smoke some weed? Okay, all right. Well, James Nooks just sent me a attachment. That might be something. Did James Nook find something that we didn't?
No, he's sending you Josh Dobbs from earlier.
That's a little late to be sending me about Josh Dobbs. I mean, I knew about Josh Dobbs
what
like
he's saying.
an hour ago. So, there you have it, the Dallas Cowboys. As always, we like our guys. You know, we built a team that we feel is good enough to go ahead and win the Super Bowl. The San Francisco 49ers, we think they can be had, even though they kicked our teeth in. Yeah, so there you have it, good people. The Cowboys, we've got 5 minutes left, actually 4 minutes and 3 seconds left.
Cowboys made movements that only they have made.
Yeah, the only movements the Cowboys have had are bowel movements.
I saw
sorry.
Okay.
I saw somebody that said Cowboys traded Edoga for Tyron Smith. So I'm like,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm like, that makes
We need
sense.
to purge. We need to purge this front office, man.
Yeah. I'm not late, accurate like y'all. I'm late, not accurate like, okay. Bobby
Jones
Wagner.
Another 100
Okay.
news today. I think Jerry Jones is a vampire. He's probably like 400, 500 years old.
Now you're sounding like Philly 500.
Listen, I'm sorry. This is what
Queen
happens
Bella
when
is.
you're gone.
Listen, I've got
all
breaking
the big
news.
boys
I've
are
got no.
making
Hold up for a second here. I've got breaking news. All of Dallas Cowboy fans are pissed off. at Jerry and Stephen Jones. They're sick of this shit. They're tired of it. They want to see you actually have some cojones and actually say, you know what, fans, we've listened. We want to be the best team. We want to win the Super Bowl. I hate to say it, but when I see moves like going for Stephon Gilmore a year or two late, going for, Brandon Cooks maybe a year late, and just going with this whole status quo of we can just draft our way to the Super Bowl and you Cowboy fans just take it and like it.
Oh, I do have breaking. There we go. We
What?
got something.
Uh-oh. What?
We got something. Breaking.
Okay.
Cowboys signed new sponsor. Nothing
Oh,
burger.
see,
By
there you
David
go.
Cowboy.
Okay. All right. So Brian just got me. We're signing a new sponsor. Probably Jerry Jones just planned on breaking ground on a new building somewhere in the Texas area. But this is really disappointing as we sit here with 3 minutes left and nothing going on here. Make that 2 minutes now. I feel like this is New Year's Eve.
Yeah, they'll be like,
And
we already
we're
have four
counting
trades, we
down
don't-
to the end of the year, but we know that the end of the year is going to be the end of the world. Okay.
Yeah,
We have a
Stephen
minute
Jones
and
is doing
40
Chloe
seconds.
D, like he's popping his champagne right now.
Who is? Jerry.
Yeah,
You know, we got
Cowboys
everybody in
walking
there.
around. Save some
We
money,
got
bro.
all the Cowboys nation watching us right now. Not do
Minute
it.
and a
Listen,
half.
we got
Cowboys
people
strikes
watching
again.
us and we ain't even doing shit.
Be careful, Steve.
That's
You
how
don't wanna
that's how
upset him
big
on that
we
count.
are, because we the boys. We ain't got to do nothing and everybody will be watching.
Coyote, they want to win if everything aligns just right. They can have their cake. Eat
Okay.
it.
1 minute
The
left.
lineman.
Yeah.
1 minute left. I don't believe we've had a move that's been made in the last hour, have we?
No.
No.
I thought I would see more towards the end, but like I said,
Nope.
this isn't free agency. This is
Nope.
for trade deadline.
Yeah,
Breaking news.
Signing by the
Breaking
Jets.
news. Da-da-dun,
Yeah.
da-da-dun. Jerry Jones just saved money on his car insurance.
Yeah, right.
I wonder if going to 7-Eleven
This is
for
what we're
wine
gonna
ended
hear
up
in
making his
30
insurance
seconds.
go up. Next year, we'll be here doing the same thing and feeling more and more frustrated. I don't know that I can feel any more flustered. This whole couple of weeks here going into the trade deadline
That's
with
what
Jerry.
we do, Timothy.
Jerry.
Torment ourselves.
Jerry literally saying, we could be active, we're looking for trades, but you got to pick up the phone, give us a call, trade somebody to us
Who
today.
you gonna call?
Lordy. Why is Mark live now? Brian, because, yeah, exactly. Why are we live? It's 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
The
we got
trade
covered.
deadline, drop your phones, put your pencils down. The trade deadline has now come and gone, and the Cowboys have done absolutely, positively nothing.
They're like, we said
So-
what we were going to do.
Yeah. Well, people ask, who could we have got or who did you want? I'm not necessarily saying that I wanted these guys, but you look at San Francisco trading and getting a Chase Young. You look at the Bears getting Montez Sweat. You look at even Minnesota trying to say we got a problem at quarterback. Let's get Joshua Dobbs. At least teams are trying to do something to help their roster. You look at San Francisco, who has a great roster and great defense. They just got Randy Gregory a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Figured that,
bad luck there.
that's not working out, but let's try Chase Young. You see signs of life. So that's why you sit there and say,
Finally
who are we
got
trying
rid
to
of
trade for?
Lord Nova.
You can look and say, we have a need at running back. You have a need at offensive line. You have a need at linebacker. Is there somebody out
Yeah,
there
I
that
know,
we could
Philly.
trade for that could make us better? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it seems like we knew that this was going to be the
I
day.
can't, Steven. I can't upset Mark. He's in a
Go ahead, upset me. Upset me.
I
He's
dare
in a
you.
glass case of emotion.
A glass case? Glass case? No, I'm strong.
Glass case of emotion.
I am strong, guys. Okay? I've been going through this stuff for a long time. If I haven't blown a gasket yet, I never will. Go on.
Francisco picking up guys is the good thing. I still got to play the Eagles, Mark Hudson. Listen, man. We need to take care of our own business regarding the Eagles. The hell with the 49ers, man. One win against us, it doesn't make a season. And clearly they thought they were going right to the Super Bowl when they beat us because they haven't won a game since. So, yeah, Mike Goldana, just worry about baseball right now, because this team just, that they just refuse to go out and help their team. You saw what happened last year at the deadline. You saw it. They had a trade for Brandon Cooks, and they were refusing as much as we needed help last year, more so than when we needed them this year. They didn't do it. So, number 1 seed will come down to Eagles or Dallas. Philly D, if Dallas wins, that brings them back into the conversation. If the Eagles win, like Mark says, it pretty much puts you guys on an extended winning streak.
Yeah, it bodes well for them going into their heavy. I mean, they've got to play Kansas City after Kansas City comes off a bye week. They got San Francisco that'll probably be healthier. You got Buffalo. You got Seattle. I mean, they got us twice.
Cousins. You like that? Kirk Cousins is asking if we like the trade deadline.
Yeah. Well, everybody, let me say thank you for coming in and being disappointed like me. Okay, I appreciate you taking time out today and stuff. And
I'm gonna stay on for a little bit, people. We could, shoot the breeze for a little bit. So,
I got something to do. I need to go cry.
We need to go
draw a shower.
Rodney, what we need to do is we're not willing to do is you stop buying tickets. Problem is the NFL is the best thing in town, and
revenue sharing
hooked for life. We're hooked for life. Well, revenue.
Dirty Sanchez. I'm surprised some of these players even want to sign with the Cowboys that we have because we don't see the owner doing it. That's exactly what I was saying. When you heard Micah Parsons, shout out to Dirty Sanchez.
Well, I don't need to know what's going. Let's keep it to football.
Whoa, man.
No, Dirty Sanchez brings up a great point. He's like, I'm surprised that some of these players even want to sign with the Cowboys. So, and this goes back to. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm not in the mood for comedy right now. But seriously, it goes back to if you're Micah Parsons,
you got a little something.
If you're Micah Parsons and you see the Cowboys aren't trying to sign anybody to get better, why do you stay? And if same thing about Dak Prescott.
I'll die a Cowboys fan. That's why.
You will.
You're in or you're out.
But in the end, you know what matters though in football is getting that damn ring. All of these guys are getting paid. Dak's got more money than his grandkids will be able to spend. Right now, what he wants is that legacy of that Super Bowl ring. And you're looking at the Dallas Cowboys and you're saying, they're not doing what it takes to get that. The only way they're going to have it happen is the same way they find quarterbacks, by backing the F up into one. Excuse me, Dad. Seriously. They lucked out into Tony Romo. They lucked out into Dak Prescott. They're going to have to luck out into getting a Super Bowl.
Me too, Rhonda. Me too. Me too.
Well,
very frustrating.
Yeah.
Trying to see if anything over the last
night,
but no.
Yeah, they could still do something.
Not in the trade market.
As long as it's turned in, and then they don't have to necessarily release it right away. Kelsey 2, featuring the Kelsey brothers rematch and Mrs. Swift, Pioneer. Disappointing, to say the least. But when you're as perfect as the Dallas Cowboys, are we surprised that we didn't do nothing? We don't need nothing. We're good. We have the best offense, the best defense, the best special teams, the best coaching staff, the best ownership. We've won many playoff games recently. Oh, wait. Forget it. I was thinking of another team. Very, very annoying. A Cowboy for life. No such thing as another team for me. I'm the same way, Rodney. I'm not going to we knew this was happening. We just wanted to
Yeah.
be here just in case something big happened. There is that chance that they may actually get off their hands, and do something. It just wasn't this year. So it is what it is. They're looking for a bargain. Bargains don't win Super Bowls. So
No, they don't.
it is what it is, people. It is what it is. Brad Harris says, well, we got a kicker. Love that. Love that.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm going to go play some Call of Duty. How's that? I'm going to take my frustrations out on somebody. Just light them up. I'm going to go snipe some shit. Quick snipe some shit.
I appreciate.
so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here on this one.
Yeah.
No, it's just like, it is disappointing to see. It's just, and everything that we've said is we've been saying this past like hour, but it's just you don't see it getting any better with Jerry, and then Steven, and then of course we've talked about
Double
that whole
dog,
family.
Exactly.
What's that?
He said,
just
just buy a jersey, make my family rich. I already have 3 rings. Exactly. Halftime rundown. I'm tired of being okay, picking up in the 20s every year, winning seasons, but early exits in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said there's nothing wrong with going all in and giving up assets, because then guess what? You have to be bad at some point. Hopefully, it's coming off of a Super Bowl win, and 2 years later, you're drafting in the top 5. Oh, I don't know. Maybe like the Rams, and look how fast they're turning in around. It's not the end of the world, especially with an organization who thinks they're the best thing since sliced bread
Ooh.
in drafting.
And especially if you can.
And we're getting what this year for our
guys.
draft?
Right.
Your
Exactly.
contracts are in play, everything, so yeah, it's just bad
Chosen.
strategy.
Chosen says, just because we didn't make trades today, we have brought guys in. Cooks,
Yeah,
Gilmore,
like 4.
we signed our guys.
Got
We're
Trey
gonna need
Lance,
those
got
picks in the-
Igbenogamy. I mean, there's things there.
Yeah. Again, you have to identify when you think that you're close and make a big deal to put you over the top. Now, maybe if I was a writer in the Dallas area and I had access to Jerry Jones, maybe I would say, so you guys are doing nothing, basically tells everybody that you don't think you're that close, because the good teams, the Niners, the Eagles, the Ravens, the Bills, all the teams that are always right there have went out and improved themselves. So you guys obviously don't think you're that good, right?
Yep.
Look, like what would he say? You're Jerry, Mark. What would you say to that?
I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend to.
So he's miserable. All right. So
I'm just checked out at this moment.
No, that's totally understandable, and I think it's just again them disappointing. They did say what they were going to do, but it's just something. At least make a move. Make an offer.
Well, they probably did
Just
make
swing a
offer.
little
No, it's not. They've talked to people, but they don't want to spend. They're cheap.
Pioneer.
They're cheap.
It almost feels like they.
They talked to Denver about Patrick Surtain, which ended up being a pipe dream. They talked about Jalen Johnson over there. That didn't work out. They talked to Derrick Henry, and they said $6 million is too much to pay for Derrick Henry. They've talked to people, but they don't close any deals. And maybe we have to give them credit for, at least having, 12-5 teams back to back with, Mike McCarthy as head coach. Maybe we have to give him credit
on our
for
way to
finding, like Diggs and finding CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott and, Micah Parsons. The thing is they do like 90% of the job to get the thing done. It's that last
Yes,
10%.
yes.
That they're not getting done, that's getting you the Super Bowl.
Agreed. It's not the fans, Philly D. It's not us, man. It's definitely not us.
And you know what they do so well is they get us sucked in and believing You know, you got rid of Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson, and you had us believing that James Washington and Jalen Tolbert were going to be just as good for us for the
The
season.
unicorn?
Yes. They literally had us sold that, you know, those moves were the right moves because, you know, you can't afford, you can't pay too much money for players. You got to spread the pie around. You know, they literally have, okay, Jerry, we're stupid enough to believe it. We're stupid
Deep
enough to
Park
believe it.
702. The Joneses have been scared to make moves since the Brandon Carr signing, and then later on with the Everson Griffin and Dontari Poe move.
And those, again,
Roy
guys
Williams.
past their prime. That's what they always do. We bring in guys that are named people
Joey
that get you
Galloway,
excited.
That was a mistake. You can go back to who's the
Two
dude,
number ones.
the receiver we got out of Detroit.
Williams.
Yeah, Roy Williams.
Roy Williams. Jerry's luck will run out with 12 and 5 teams scared to trade, but the day will come. Coyote, I got news for you. They're probably winning 12 this year. That may not be enough to win the division, but Dallas is on their way to another 12-win season. Just looking at their schedule, it's not about 12 wins.
I hate.
I'm
you
already
know,
on record.
I'm going to say something crazy here. Home field advantage might go through Detroit.
It's possible.
Detroit, because right now Kirk Cousins was the best quarterback in that division. He's gone.
Yeah.
They got to play them twice. I think they still have the Bears twice, and they got Green Bay. That's 5 wins right there on top of the 6 they have.
Yeah.
You know, so you could be looking at not the Eagles. The Eagles, they got a tough road ahead. You know, basically, us and the Eagles are going to be knocking each other out.
Broadus made that. Broadus had said that at the beginning of the year that his pick was Detroit. So
The Jimmy Johnson curse goes on. Jerry
Joey
and
D, I
Steven have
agree with
always
you.
been
He
the
said
problem.
Detroit has a better shot than San Fran. I would agree with you just based on both sides of the ball. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. San Fran can be deadly, but I don't know. Did you guys watch that game this week? Shout out to Joe Burrow. If they play anywhere close to that, they're going to the Super Bowl. They're beating the Chiefs. They looked.
I think they're right now. I
Super.
think they're better than the Chiefs.
Yeah, me too. They look real good. Bingo at Paris. I would love for Jerry to walk into an empty stadium on game day, send a message. Brad, that would be great.
But it's not
never
going to
happened.
happen.
Not gonna happen. So we need to be realistic with what things we can do, and just be loud with our displeasure and mock them. When listen, if they go on to win the Super Bowl, then that's everybody's happy, you know. So, but that's ifs and buts were candy and nuts. So
You don't have a Merry Christmas?
yeah, right.
We'll see.
Burrow,
Well,
Mahomes, best QBs in the NFL. Then you have
I guess we better all start believing in our guys, and I think that we're enough because we're all we got. There ain't gonna be anybody else coming in, not of any stature. So,
Yep.
all right,
Hard to
It is
disagree with
what it
that,
is.
Mark.
we all we got.
That's what I said. Now we'll be fine tomorrow. You know, we'll feel licking our wounds a little bit, but hey, at least we got our first round pick now.
Shout out to
We got a
Linda.
kicker.
Look, how bad is it that Linda has to be the one to console us? Linda says,
she's
Dallas
over
did a
there
good
listening
job
to
by not. Well, no, listen, this is actually a great quote. Dallas did a good job by not buying into it. Nobody took any of the players you guys were talking about, and Washington was not going to trade in the division, which is true. Everybody that we had supposedly targeted ended up staying with the teams that they were going to. So,
Yep.
in other words, in order for the Cowboys to have gotten any of those guys, they would have had to overpay. Thank you, Linda. The brother screwed us,
Deadline
Tay Cowboy
winners. The
said.
Niners, the Eagles.
I don't know, man. It's just I totally love it, and that's honestly how I feel. But at the same time, if a guy can get you a key interception at a certain time in
mean
a
like
game,
Deron Bland?
then and then trading that, makes it worth it. But you obviously can't tell the future, and then we'd be in a whole different kind of franchise. But I am happy that they made some moves this year compared to never making any moves any of those years. So it's just we're right in that same boat. Everything's going to have to be a deal. It's got to be a clearance bargain basement type of deal, and that's what's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're not just trying to buy jerseys with names on it. We're trying to actually compete. We're kind of done with the Eddie George type of days, and we just want somebody that's going to contribute. I think if you're taking those draft picks, we talked about it. I mean, Mark's talked about it in the sense of the second round. The history that we have there, traded in and get somebody that is in that position that still has like 2 or 3 years on their contract. So you're not thinking about having to, what if we got to resign him eventually? And well, if we trade for the right person, I mean, obviously you need somebody to, kind of counter that and be in a situation where maybe they're losing and they're ready to give up on something. But when I look at San Francisco, they made some moves. But what I look at is that a couple of years ago, they made a mistake what they feel is a mistake with Trey Lance, reshuffled and made another move.
Yeah.
Whether whether it was Sam Donald and then they got lucky with Brock Purdy, they're still making those moves. And I think, if Kyle Shanahan doesn't do anything, it's not going to be John Lynch's fault that it doesn't happen. It's kind of nice to see a GM that actually does stuff and wants to improve your team and not just happy and trying to sell a product.
And nobody expects anybody to be perfect. That's the thing, But show us, just because you're afraid of not being perfect, you can't be scared to try and make some moves to say, because in my mind, I look at the landscape and say, this is the best opportunity you've had since the 90s. When you look at the landscape, there is no truly I know the Eagles got the best record and stuff, but I have to look at some of the teams they played and how close these games are. They've gotten lucky. Minnesota could have easily won that game had Justin Jefferson not dropped the ball before half on the 2-yard line. That's one of those moves that they get another score here. Instead, the Eagles go down and get a field goal before half, and they end up winning, 35-28, where Kirk Cousins had no offensive line, and their defense couldn't do anything. You've had 2 games with the Commanders that, maybe if Ron Rivera has called for a challenge, they don't get that first down. They lose that game against the Commanders. The Commanders took them into overtime. Had they maybe tried for 2 when they were hot, maybe they win those games. They could have easily lost 3 of their games. So I'm not looking and saying that the Eagles are a juggernaut that are blowing people out. They may end up going 14-3, but it's not going to be blowing people out. And you look at this and say, there's opportunity for us to do something. Why not try and get a couple extra pieces to make sure we're over the top? That's the thing that kind of bugs me. I'm not going to say that we don't have a chance to go to the Super Bowl, but I would like to increase my odds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rodney Vaughn says, when we have good games, we look better than anyone. If we could just play with that consistency. Yeah, I know, and that's the magic potion that they have unable to find. We can't seem to stay at that level from week to week. That's why I was telling Mark last night, and I told Phil during our live that our broadcast that we came off a bye and had however many days to prepare for the Rams. What are we going to do? That'll be the tale. How do we look? Do we go toe-to-toe with the anointed number 1 team in the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles?
Well, the one thing, but here's the thing. You know the Eagles. You know the Eagles. They're like, family. The Eagles game, there's not as much preparation as you think. I think that's one of the ones your juices start to flow, and Dak Prescott's pouring honey on me.
Looked, if that's the mindset that they're going to have, then I would be concerned. We need to do our homework and come up with game plans for different teams, and we know them, but I'm talking about our offense against their defense. Are we going to be able to do anything? Without Kellen Moore, who was Mr. 40 Burger, against the Eagles. He was. I'm not saying he had any playoff success. Kellen couldn't think on the fly, but he could sure game plan up against the Birds.
Yeah, this is
This
true.
is a big test for me on Sunday at 4:25. All I'll tell you guys is the line is telling me opposite of how I'm feeling. The line is telling me that
Cowboys
Dallas
get
is
the
a better
win.
team. It's the line was 2.5 as of last night.
But okay.
So that means the home team gets 3. So Vegas was telling me yesterday Dallas is a half point better. So why is it so low? It should be 4, 5, 5.5. I would say 4. 4, 4.5 was the line I was expecting. Less than a field goal and you're the home team? Why? You guys are rolling.
Because so many people are putting money on, against it.
No,
They're trying to balance it out.
That's what the line opened up. If that was the case, it would have moved. It went down.
It opened up at
Started
2.5.
3 and went to 2.5. So I'm just saying it's a little bit more something going on here. So we'll see. It's just very interesting to me.
Yeah.
D
All
Park
right.
says, I don't feel too bad, but I do feel bad for Jonathan Allen. He is trapped in D.C. Well, he's the one guy I would have wanted. Mm-hmm. Cole Upshaw.
But they recognize we're not getting rid of that
Yeah.
guy. But yeah, that's got to be hard for a player to lose the other good players around you and know that this
Really,
season
if
is
they
over.
wanted you to pick Dallas, they would have given you more points. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Mm-hmm. If Vegas wanted you to bet Dallas, they would make it 3.5 at least to give you that hook and that field goal, security. 2.5 means nothing to me. That's just as good as a half to me. When you're a betting person, you want that 3.5. 3 is a push. Give me that hook, 3.5. 2.5, that's who's winning the game. That's what that's about. So, not that I know anything about betting.
Yeah.
I used to work in a casino a lot. So.
All right. Well,
Anyway,
I have been disappointed enough, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to do some
what
work.
do you got going on, Mark? What do you got to do?
I'm
What
gonna
do you gotta
hang
do? Break
some-
it down. I'm going to go another 7 minutes, and I'm going to.
Well, I can go 7 more minutes. I'm going to cook some dinner.
Okay.
I'm going to hang this door out in the bedroom downstairs. I've got a dresser that's got stripper on it, so I'm going to be stripping the dresser. And I got a drawer I need to make
hope
for
you're
the
right,
vanity cabinet.
What up, Mouse?
I got all kinds of stuff I can do. As opposed to sitting here and being pissed off about the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm not upset. It was a hope. I had a hope.
Yeah, we always get our hopes up and to only be disappointed.
We did nothing, Ray. Ray, we did nothing. We did absolutely nothing.
I got up at 5 o'clock this morning, drove 300 miles to make sure I was back in time to sit here and be disappointed.
He did
Stay
do what
tuned, Mal.
they did do
Dakota
what they
trash
said they were
cut.
gonna do.
Okay.
What's that? What's that, Phil?
Do nothing. That's what they said they were going to do.
Angelica Barron, welcome. Help me, Rhonda. Hello.
Sometimes I don't know if also, I don't want to give them that much credit. If they talk about people and talking about, we check just to bring the value up so other people's trade, more for them and give up more. But I don't want to give them that much credit.
Yeah.
Little known fact that the Dallas Cowboys are going to make a trade this season leading up to the deadline. Well, I know it was, but we thought maybe it's different. We're stupid enough to fall into it. I mean, the reality is there were only 6 trades made today. 6.
Yeah, which is surprising. I was kind of expecting.
Yeah, I
more.
expected more, and most of them came before the
Last 2 hours.
they were,
Yeah.
So, which makes sense. If you want to make a move, why would you wait till the end? This isn't free agency where you're bidding. It's just a matter of everybody has the same trade chart. The only time you up it is if you're trading inside your division and you want to hold them hostage, and you can.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it is what it is. It's just not exciting.
It
Seems
certainly
to be the
isn't.
latest with the Cowboys. We don't do exciting things anymore.
Bang Bang Boogie, what's up? Jacob,
back.
it's so hard being a Cowboy fan.
There
You are
go.
right
This'll
on that
pick
one.
you up. This will pick you up, Mark. Dinner tonight. Our movie watch party. Chopped beef, barbecue sandwiches, potato salad, and barbecue beans by
Damn.
Rhonda Lovely.
That sounds like a food coma.
Yeah. Dak delusional fans with more excuses. You ain't doing any greens with that, Rhonda? My mother used to make some black-eyed peas because my father was from down south. Some collard greens, some black-eyed
Derek
peas,
Young.
some corn pone.
Derek Young, I have a headache and I need a drink seriously.
Yeah, I just had a decaf coffee, if that means anything to you. Whee!
Yeah. Oh, well.
What?
RJ Acho. He was like, Dallas Cowboys before the season starts. Our mantra for the year is Carpe
I don't know. It's probably
Omnia.
behind the seat.
It literally
the
means
rear
seize
seat.
everything. How cool is this? And
Yeah,
then-
I'm almost off. Yeah, I've got
Shit.
3 minutes. Okay, well,
we don't mean everything. We don't.
We're not seizing everything.
no, we're not seizing anything. We're Cowboy fans, remember?
We ain't.
We do nothing.
That's
I can't
a
believe.
good thing. Phil.
I
I'll
can't
tell you
believe
off
I
air.
sat here for 2 hours for nothing.
Gotta
Nothing.
come up with hoodies. We ain't seizing shit.
Micah's podcast fitting to be on fire. Well, it's a good thing it's not today.
Carpe nada.
Cowboys getting destroyed on Sunday. Okay.
Carpe nada. Oh, for Saturday. Okay, Rhonda. I got
You
it.
know what the worst thing about this is? Before we get out of here,
Yeah.
think about this for a second.
Oh, you're gonna make me sadder, aren't you?
No, actually, Dak Prescott. No, hold on. Just hold on for a second here. My quarterback, Dak Prescott, gets blamed for everything. We look
Oh,
at
this
guys.
is his fault. You're right. You're
No,
right.
see, this is the problem
Dak.
is the Joneses won't do anything to try and help the team, right? You saw with Matthew Stafford, they said, let's go out. We got great wide receivers like Cooper Kupp and Jefferson and all this stuff. Let's go out and get an Odell to make sure that he's got enough, right? You look at, Buffalo going out and getting a Stephon Diggs and things and adding Von Miller to their team, right? The Cowboys do nothing. And what happens? Everybody says, well, Dak sucks. Dak's not the one. Dak's not good enough to win. He can't overcome. He can't overcome because he's not getting. Look what they did for Jalen Hurts. They said, we don't know if this guy is the guy who could lead us. Let's draft a wide receiver in the first round. They got Devontae Smith. Let's go out here, get him a bunch of running backs. Let's get him a great offensive line. Oh, and let's get A.J. Brown, who's looking like the second best wide receiver in football. Let's put all these things in here, okay? And then they're not done. And then they say, okay, Miles Sanders was pretty good, but let's get, Swift in here, right? They're constantly trying to do everything they can to support their quarterback, to help him achieve. I honestly can't see what the Cowboys do to support the quarterback. When they fail him, he's the one that takes the blame, not them. That's the craziest shit out here. Everybody, whenever we lose, it's always Dak. But it's Jerry and Steven that aren't putting in the work to get this shit done. And that people, I don't know how you can't see that. I don't know how you can't see other teams constantly trying to bring in more talent. And all we do is freaking draft and bring in guys that are old. Don Terry Poe, remember that? Like you just you brought me. Thanks, Phil. Thanks a lot, Phil. You just brought me back with the whole Don Terry Poe and what's his name from Tampa Bay, Gerald McCoy. We bring in old guys past their prime when they're dirt cheap and they're named players that you remember. Oh, Don Terry Poe, he was a great defensive tackle there at one time. He comes in here and he's fat, overweight, and can't do shit. I probably could have plugged the middle better than Don Terry Poe could have. And when we just say, well, Dak sucks. That's what pisses me off. Anthony Barr. Yeah, Anthony Barr after an ACL. Hell, let's bring that guy. Let's bring in James Washington, who hasn't done jack crap after getting rid of Amari Cooper, and say, well, Dak Prescott can't do it. He's not good enough. And you have guys like Noah freaking Brown as your number 2 leading receiver. And we look and we point and we say, Dak, you suck. Come on, man.
Delusional fan says,
Come
Dak,
on.
one of those few quarterbacks that has 2 number 1 receivers. What else does he need?
Number 1 at what age?
Offensive line. Offensive line.
Offensive line.
And see, there's my case in point right there. Dak delusional fan. Oh, well, Dak Prescott's got 2 number 1 receivers. Okay, Brandon Cook is not a spring chicken any longer. He's got CeeDee Lamb. Yes, CeeDee is good. What else does he have with him? Do we have a number 1 offensive line out there like Jalen Hurts has? No. Does he have an incredible receiver along with him? Does he have an incredible tight end to go with it? Does he actually have a good play caller? How about that one? What more do you need? How about a great play caller? That's what I'd love to have. How about that? How about having a great offensive line? How about having a left tackle that every week you're not wondering, is he going to be able to go? Is he going to be able to make it through the whole damn game? And this points back to Jerry Jones,
Yes.
not the quarterback.
I
But
agree.
nobody holds him responsible. We sit here and go for the bullshit of, oh, we're open for business. We're going to trade here. We're just waiting for people to call us about waiting for people to call you. That's like a woman. That's like sitting at home waiting for women to call you to say, hey, I'd like to take you out and blank your brains out. How often does your phone ring for that to happen? It doesn't happen. You got to go out there if you want that to happen. You got to make moves. You got to make phone calls. You have to put in some effort and some work. Okay? Yes. Okay. Now, look, I done got Brian scared over here. He's like,
Last year we
okay.
showed John Ridgway out, but we
Oh,
hold on to
jeez.
Junior Fajoko for what? You
Yes.
just want to add to your misery.
There you go.
Yeah.
John Ridgway.
talking about
Yeah,
Junior
you
Fajoko.
drafted a
When are we
good guy
gonna
on the defensive line, and you end up letting him go on waivers in the same way you did with the linebacker this year. Okay? And knowing we're short on linebackers, this is some inept bull crap that's going on here with the Cowboys. And of course,
coming in late,
we all
hard
say,
and heavy.
it's all Dak Prescott. If we just got rid of Dak, we would win the Super Bowl. No, we wouldn't. No,
Cowboys
we
original fan,
wouldn't.
gotta say, yeah,
It's
he's
some
on
bull
Ridgeway for ours.
jiggity.
But at the same time, what is their ranking? It isn't, you're talking about a quarterback that won a national title.
What do you mean,
compared
Joe
to one
Burrow?
That was a 4th round draft pick. It's
Yeah,
like,
he's saying that we have a top 5 offensive line still in the league. I
Oh,
don't know
you,
if that's true.
who is smoking? Somebody is smoking crack if they think we have a top 5 offensive line. Now, and
if
okay,
they
I
do
tell you
the
what.
rankings-
I tell you what. Hold it. Let's back this up here. If everybody were healthy on our offensive line, I would agree that we would be
You're
a
poking
top
the
5
bear.
offensive line. But how many games has Mozzie
Smearing
Smith missed
himself
this
in
year?
money.
How many games has Mozzie Smith missed? 2? How many games has Zach Martin missed? 1? Biotish, I think he missed 1 or 2, right? We had 2 rookie undrafted free agents starting the line. How many games has Tyron Smith missed this year? 4?
Did he play in one? Oh.
Okay. So, yes, on paper, your starting offensive line, if they were healthy and playing together, yes, they could be a top 5. But we've had like 6 different offensive line setups. Guys, come on. This is the crap that people are always going to find a reason to say, oh, he's got a top 5 offensive line. That's bull crap. We all know that's bull crap. But hey, such is life of being a Dallas Cowboy YouTuber. Brian, I don't know about you, man.
We covered nothing, but we had a great.
We've done
conversation.
exactly what
It's
Jerry
Seinfeld.
Jones has. We've done nothing.
It's Seinfeld all over again. This is an episode
Not
of nothing.
for you.
That's
Not
nothing.
soup for you. We're like the soup Nazi of Dallas Cowboys content creators. We given you nothing except a good time, right?
No trades for you.
Listen, it is what it is, people. Prime time. I had your link up here.
Thank you very much. I'm
What
sorry.
are we? I don't know if I did it right. I know, if I didn't, you can show me how to do that
Oh, you
off
look-
there. I know.
Well,
I think I did it right.
I appreciate you two guys. I appreciate everybody that's
Mark,
listening
I
to
was
me in
getting
here.
for you. I
Rick.
was saving the best
The
for the last.
Godfather.
You're the Godfather.
Gonna make him an offer they can't refuse.
You're gonna make him sign the contract. But yes, what do you have going on, Phil and Mark as well? What do you guys? I'm sure Mark will have what 3, 4 more videos the rest of the day. Still, get fired up.
I'm gonna go cry in my pillow,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go do some work with some wood.
And then Phil, we got a broadcast coming up, correct?
Yeah, we're gonna be we're gonna be changing some times. I think. Let's
Yeah, we're gonna
accommodate
bump
the
our
mailman
times back a
here.
little bit.
Yeah, I
I
think we're gonna
can't get
go
home
like.
in time anymore.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I got some workload, so it's like about most likely we'll go toward 8 o'clock for our broadcast. But either way, we're gonna be bringing something to you, and then whether it's Thursday night football is still up in the air, I
Yeah,
guess.
I have to figure that out. Just real quick, everybody that reached out to me, I'll be at the hospital by 7:30 at the latest tomorrow morning. My buddy goes in for
Best
surgery.
of luck, best of
He
wishes.
has he's 56. He has a triple bypass. There's actually 4
It's
arteries
younger
that are
than me.
blocked, but um, 2 of them are kind of like right next to each other. So they only call it a triple. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but he has very low risk, even though he's a bigger guy. So that's good. Yeah, I talked to the surgeon, earlier
Good.
today. So we got to be there to make all the calls. God forbid something, if he needs something to think on the fly. So thank you for all the well wishes. You'll be seeing me. I'll do a video tomorrow at some point.
Okay.
Other than that, go Cowboys. I'm sorry we
Go
didn't do anything.
someplace.
I will talk to everybody later. Let me give you a good.
All right, and I'm gonna mute that. All right, good people. I am going to get
All right,
out of
I'll
here,
talk to everybody
and I will
later.
see you soon.
You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter,